Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went above and beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samalin. I'm the principal of Samalin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, law firms, and their clients. So let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. I'd like to welcome our guest today, Christiane Kinney. She is an entertainment lawyer from Kinney Law in Los Angeles, California. Welcome, Christiane.
Thank you. I'm also entertaining in my own right.
Well, and it's a perfect fit. So tell us, Christiane, tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you come to your profession? How'd you come to your specialty? Let's start there.
Yeah, I started out life as a musician as early as I can remember. I wanted to play piano. I started when I was 3 years old. I did everything music related. I have a music degree from college, and somehow ended up in law school. Now, keep in mind, every career development counselor I ever met in my life told me I would be a lawyer, to which my musical brain thought, no, there is no chance. But I found when I did go to law school that I really enjoyed the analytics of it. I enjoyed weeding through facts and applying them to law and seeing how you could find these unique, distinct, windows and gaps in the law and play with those, for the benefit of your clients. See where things, really had holes or gaps, and explore those in a way that you could see how the law could be improved, really.
And before we get into the law, what instruments do you play?
I play piano, and that is the instrument I play well, and I sing. I also dabbled in organ, horrible violinist. What else? We have a number of instruments in our house, chroma harp, all kinds of, but mostly keyboard-based instruments, and that's what I enjoy.
You still get to play?
Yep, I do. On occasion. We during the pandemic, we actually did a Sunday night dinner with the Kinneys. We found a lot of our friends and family were just so lonely, and we would go Facebook Live every Sunday night and just have dinner with our children, and then we would go to the piano and play some tunes, and we would just get these extraordinary messages from people just thanking us, for being there in the dark times. So
that's great. What a great way to not only pass the time, but put a different face on the pandemic, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And tell us about your law firm. Tell us about your practice.
Yeah, I opened my law firm actually in a pandemic. So I had been big law for 20 years at a firm called LeClaire Ryan, and ran the entertainment division for 350 attorneys. And I think we had 26 offices nationwide in our heyday. So in the pandemic, I just took a breath and decided, you know what, I think it's time to do something different. And I really wanted to be able to direct the clients that I had in a meaningful way, not have to go through the bureaucracy of a big law firm always, be able to help people out when they need help, and have a little more of that flexibility. So I opened the firm in 2020, crazy. And it's all entertainment, largely on the music side. I'm an artist advocate, so I help artists, but I also deal in film, television, stage, all different facets.
What's your favorite part?
I love when clients just reach out and thank me. I really feel like I've done them a service, and it's all warm and fuzzy.
Got it. And so the Lawyers Who Care podcast is, as you know, it likes to highlight really interesting cases that counsel have concluded, obviously for the benefit of their client. Tell us a story that you really, that on a takeaway, you say, wow, I did a fabulous job on that, or wow, what an unusual outcome that was, or
yeah.
What's the story?
I have a number of those stories, but one that came to mind was about a stage play, because there was no money in it. No attorney would have ever taken this case. But the client was an award-winning playwright, an award-winning filmmaker. He had been brought in to direct and co-write and develop this production, and at some point in time realized that they were taking the play out. His name was not on it any longer. They were winning awards with it, and it was just a matter of principle for him that he go in court and set things right. Wasn't about the money. And again, no attorney in their right mind would have ever taken this. Now, everyone on the other side of the fence had pro bono counsel. They had every associate in the firm working on this. So I think we were up against probably 10 attorneys that were just getting billable hours in on pro bono hours. And it was insanity, the length that I had to work on this to get what the client wanted, which was an apology. And as you know, I imagine when you're dealing in apologies, it's very, very difficult to maneuver. I mean, everybody's busy being right. Nobody wants to admit fault. So getting an apology out of a case that the judge didn't really care about, the mediator thought was a judge, everybody, it was really challenging on every level. And yet we got the apology. And not only did we get an apology, we got a published apology in every trade magazine. And so that was extraordinary to the client. We also, one of the awards that the play won, we had gone back to the issuing company, and they reissued the award in my client's name, just so he wouldn't feel left out. So he did get his award, and he got his apology, and he was very happy. And the judge was very happy that we settled the case.
That's an interesting component. And how did you feel at the end of that? It's certainly
tired. Yeah. One of those settlement signing parties, we finished at 5:30 in the morning. It was an insane case. I can't even tell you the things that, talk about drama. All of my fun cases have been really dramatic. Stage plays, film, show choir. There's a lot of drama in them, and the attorneys suffer for it sometimes. But very pleased. The client was very happy, and I was very happy that I didn't have to stay up until 5:30 in the morning doing settlements anymore.
And so here's an interesting question. So as you're going through this process, how did you, from a takeaway standpoint, how do you manage ego? How do you manage finances? How do you manage? What did you learn as a professional going through that?
I've always really taken my experience as an artist and as a musician. My 2 degrees in undergrad were in music and psychology. So I've always enjoyed the study of human behavior and really understanding all of the different egos at play and being able to serve that. And so this was one of those cases where it was intensely highlighted, the ego for everybody. Client included, everybody had some ego, some stake in this, and you have to understand where they are coming from, put yourself in their shoes, and then find a way to move past it, because otherwise everybody's just going to continue being busy, being right, and we wouldn't have a job, right? Everybody would just fight, and there would be no resolve. So that was a big factor, I think, just taking in what I had learned from psychology, from being an artist, from just that human connection of being on stage with people and really being able to put myself in someone else's shoes and understand where they're coming from.
And they didn't teach that in law school? There wasn't a class on that, I assume.
I think sometimes they try. I think there is a little bit of inherent understanding in that, where it comes easier for some.
Got it. Well, that obviously your talents came through on that, and it didn't relate to piano lessons, or you think it did, or?
I don't know about piano lessons, but definitely related to understanding the human condition and how to get to the core of it.
Wonderful. It's a fabulous story, and I hope those that are watching this see how it's applicable to potentially their case. By the way, thank you so much for the time today. Our guest has been Christiane Kinney. Again, she's an entertainment attorney and an entertaining attorney from Kinney Law in Los Angeles. For prospective clients who are looking for superb counsel in this field, how do they get in touch with you?
So for my website, it is ckinneylaw.com. So that's CKINNEYLAW.com. My phone number at the firm is 310-751-0354. And all of my handles on social media are at Musical Redhead.
Wonderful. That's certainly memorable.
So nice to be here, Andrew.
Great. Thank you so much. And this has been Lawyers Who Care podcast, the video show that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. My name again, Andrew Samalin. And if you have an attorney or are an attorney that might be appropriate for this podcast, please reach out to us at info@samalinwealth.com. That's info@samalinwealth.com. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great day. And Christiane, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Bye now.